I was lucky to have parents who had a strong belief that school holidays were very much for broadening one's children's experiences, particularly around Australia. So they were passionate about Australia, and they were very much in the outdoor environmental sort of space. So every holidays we were packed off to the back of Beyond, while my friends all had normal holidays. I used to remind them. And so some of those took us to some places in the inland, whether quite close by, like the Little Desert, for example, or I remember some very memorable trips up through the north. But the one that sticks in my mind actually was to Flinders Ranges, and we used to do most of them on foot, so we'd be hiking for sort of 10 days at a time. And I remember one particular trip around the Flinders Ranges where we actually became very, very low on water, to the point of, really needing very much to conserve our water. And as it was, it turned out to be fine in the end. We were lucky it wasn't particularly hot. But I do remember that real awakening to just how vulnerable we are biologically, that, there is not necessarily a tap there. If there's a tap, it's not going to run, and if it does run, you probably don't want to drink it. But just that sort of real awakening to our biological condition, which I actually think at base was a big environmental awakening for me. I sort of got a lot of messages in that sort of more paternalistic sense about what we should and shouldn't do, but that real sense that we are deeply reliant and dependent on our environment was a huge awakening. And so that's something that's stuck with me, and it's sort of perhaps not a surprise that some of the big climate change issues that I'm really concerned about are to do with the real elements. It's to do with fire, it's to do with water, it's to do with soil, and those things that in our city lives we are just so easily divorced from.